Okay, this is lesson 10.6. We are going to go over the warm-ups. Pause the video. Start the video when you're done. Okay, today's lesson is very simple. You're going to have to memorize 4 things. And you guys are really good at memorization, so that shouldn't be a problem at all. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Here we go. This is going to be, remember you got a 1 here, this is going to be negative 6 squared, x to the 8th, y to the negative 10th. Okay, so let me make this 8 a little bit clearer for its 8. There we go. Now this is negative 6 squared, which equals positive 36, because negative 6 times negative 6 is positive 36. X to the 8th stays on top, y to the 10th goes on bottom. Somebody thought this should have been y to the 25th because they were squaring the 5. But this is pow-pow, which is multiplication. Here, you're going to go ahead and distribute. 3 times 7, 21, x to the 9th. When you multiply like bases with exponents, you add the exponents. Plus 6, x to the 8th, minus 3, x to the 7th. There's a 1 here. Plus 15, x to the 6th. You guys always forget the x to the 6th with this. It's like there are 0 x's here. X to the 6th plus 0 x's is x to the 6th. Anything plus 0 is anything. So there we go. Rock and roll. This is going to be 1 over 8. These x to the 4ths cancel out. I get y squared on bottom because I bring this to the... Oh, sorry. I was thinking scientific notation. I got it wrong. I bring small to large, so that's minus 5. X squared stays on bottom. Now, this is similar to what we're going to be doing today, so I'm not going to teach it today. A couple of things I'm going to give you links to learn if you don't know them. What I've decided is you have to start learning what you don't know, what you should know in this class. For example, rounding to the nearest 10th. You should know how to do that. If you don't, me telling you isn't going to do any good. Well, how do you know it's not going to do any good? Because people have been telling you for years. So you're going to have to go find it. So I'm going to tell you to Google it. And you're going to need to come in here after school, Google it at home, or go to the computer lab, okay? 4.8 divided by 1.2 equals 4. Now, scientific notation, bottom always goes up to top. Because scientific notation, we can keep negative exponents. It's a negative 7, so it turns into plus 7. So times 10 to the 29th power. Okay? Yabba dabba do. Okay, like I said before, today you have to memorize some things. There's going to be some words that you're looking for, okay? If you see the word total, or how far, you're going to multiply your 2 scientific notations. If you see how long or per person, in algebra, per means divide. That equals division. So these are the words we're looking for. Total, or how far, multiply the 2 scientific notations. How long per person, we divide. So what do we have here in this one, kids? What do we have? How long. What are we going to do with these 2 scientific notations? We're going to divide them. So first one goes on top. Set it up in fraction form. 2.6 times 10 to the 6th power over 2.0 times 10 to the 4th power. Now you divide like I taught you how to divide. Now, I did this last hour and somebody goes, do we have to solve that, or is that all we have to do? No, of course you have to solve it. It's math. Okay? So I don't know what they did in daycare, but you have to solve it here. Okay? So, but I'm not going to solve it because I've already taught you how to do this. Order matters in division. The first number goes on top. That's not hard, is it? No. The first number you come to goes on top. The second number goes on bottom. Okay, let's look here. What do we have here? Total. What does total mean? Multiply. So now order doesn't matter, but I still, just because I like to, first times second. Okay? You know how to multiply those. Multiply the first things, and then you're going to add the exponents. I know. Here you're going to subtract. Okay. Relax. Okay, now we get to the only thing I'm teaching you today. Besides, you're going to have to remember total, how far, multiply, how long per person, divide. You're going to have to memorize that because I will not give that to you for the test. Now, here's what we're doing today. What does t equal? So I take my formula, 273 plus, that's a bad plus, 273 plus, what am I going to put instead of the t? 32. Now, this says right here, round to the nearest tenth. But I don't know what round to the nearest tenth means. Okay. I don't know that either. So let's pretend that we have just discovered the wonders of the computer. How? Hello? Hello, computer? How do I round a decimal to the nearest tenth? Right here. Rounding decimals. Oh, there it is. Right there. It'll tell you how to round decimals. Take notes. All right. So now we go back to here, and all you have to do is put this in the calculator. Now, when you put it in the calculator, what does it give you as an answer? $18 square root, how can I round that to the nearest tenth? My decimal must be my answer must be some sort of decimal. Hit the SD button. There you go. Put that in, hit the SD button, you're good to go. Okay. No, you're going to have to round it to the nearest tenth. And if you don't know what it means to round to the nearest tenth, you're going to have to search that on Google and then take some notes. Figure out how to round things. Because I've already told you in this class, by the way. We've already discussed rounding. So, okay, here you go. How do you think we're going to solve this one? How do you think we're going to solve this one? Yeah, what am I going to put instead of t? Why would I put 1?
Isn't there always
3. Do I hear 3? Broccoli. Add. 795. Let's just guess. Let's not read the problem. Let's just guess. Some number is going to go in there plus 150. And whatever number goes in there, we're going to square it. Well, what does T stand for? Time. Is there anything in there that tells me time? 5 what? So I don't put seconds. When I substitute numbers into formulas, I don't put miles per hour, seconds, pounds. I just put the number. There you go. Put that in the calculator. That's your answer. All right. And then this one right here, it tells us total hours. What does total hours mean? What does total mean? Total means to multiply. Add. Good job. Hey, thanks for paying attention. Nobody said anything about adding, but whatever, dude. Whatever. Okay, add. I don't care. Even though we've never talked about adding scientific notation, you just go ahead and add. Total means multiply. And then here we have another formula. What do you think goes in for H? Yeah, it's height. H is height. 3602 feet above the ground is height. Round to the nearest tenth. So you should be able to do that one. and we're done. All right, kids. If you have any questions, come in and ask. Thanks a lot. Have a great